What would you do if one day you woke up and the world wasn't moving anymore? No cars, no voices, no heartbeat but your own. That's what happened to Ethan Cole on an ordinary Wednesday morning. A man who spent his life racing against time, only to realize time had finally stopped waiting for him. Ethan's alarm buzzed at exactly 6:30 a.m. Except this time, it wasn't buzzing. The red numbers on the clock were frozen. 6:30. His phone wouldn't unlock. The ceiling fan had stopped mid-spin. Even the steam from his coffee hung still in the air like a ghost. He ran to the window. Cars were stuck in traffic, literally. A man's newspaper hovered mid-air. Pigeons were suspended in the sky like someone had pressed pause on the world. "Hello?" Ethan called out. But there was no answer, only silence. A silence so loud it felt heavier than noise. At first, Ethan thought it was a power outage, then a prank, then a dream. But no, this was real. He walked through his neighborhood. People were frozen in their morning routines. A woman holding her child, a barista mid-laugh, a cyclist in mid-air. He felt a strange freedom. No deadlines, no ringing phones, no rush. But under that freedom, something felt wrong. He passed a mirror in a shop window and saw himself moving, blinking, breathing. "Why, me?" he whispered. Hours passed, or maybe seconds. He couldn't tell anymore. That's when he saw him. A man in a black coat standing at the center of the empty intersection. Unlike everyone else, the man was moving. He held a silver pocket watch in one hand and a faint smile on his face. Ethan shouted, "Hey! Who are you?" The man tilted his head. "Late," he said softly. Ethan frowned. "Late for what?" The man flipped the pocket watch open. The hands weren't frozen. They were spinning backward. "You've been racing against time your whole life," the man said. "Now time decided to stop and let you see what you've been missing." They walked through the frozen city. Everywhere Ethan looked, he saw moments, tiny details he never noticed before. A boy's wide grin while holding an ice cream cone. An old couple walking hand in hand. A street artist painting under a bridge. The man in the coat said, "You call them seconds." But they were never seconds. They were your life, Ethan whispered. "What is happening to me?" "You're outside the clock," the man said. "Few people ever make it here. Most just run." Until the clock runs out, the air shimmered. Like the world itself was remembering. Suddenly, Ethan stood in his old bedroom, age 16. He saw himself drawing superheroes, laughing. Then it shifted. His first job, his first broken promise. The day he said, "I don't have time." He watched versions of himself walk past. Younger, lighter, dreamier. Each one disappeared into the ticking of a giant invisible clock in the sky. "You traded your moments for minutes," the man in the coat said, "and minutes for nothing." Ethan clenched his fists. "I did what I had to do to survive." The man raised an eyebrow. "Survive? Or forget?" The man led Ethan to the center of the city. A massive clock tower loomed overhead. Its hands were perfectly still. "This is where your time stopped," the man said. "The exact second you decided living could wait." Ethan approached the clock face. Inside, reflected in the glass, he saw not one, but dozens of versions of himself. The artist, the friend, the son, the man who once promised to live fully, and the man he became. The man in the coat pulled out the pocket watch. "I can let the clock move again," he said. "But time doesn't restart for free." Ethan swallowed hard. "What do I have to give?" The man smiled faintly. "Not give. Remember? You built a life so fast you forgot to live it. If I start the clock, you will lose everything. except what truly matters. Can you handle that? Ethan closed his eyes, and for the first time in years, he didn't think about deadlines. He thought about the smell of his mom's cooking, the warmth of summer nights, the feeling of painting at 3 a.m. because it made him feel alive. He whispered, "Yes." The man in the coat placed the pocket watch against the clock tower. A single second ticked forward. And then, the pigeons flew, the coffee steamed, the fans spun, cars moved, life roared back. Ethan fell to his knees, laughing and crying at the same time. When he looked up, the man in the coat was gone. Only the pocket watch remained. Engraved on the back were 3 words: "You were here." The next morning, Ethan woke up to the same alarm, but this time he didn't rush. He watched the sunlight slide across his floor. He called his mom. He painted before work. He still worked, still lived. But he wasn't chasing the clock anymore. He was walking beside it. Time never stopped. It only waited. And sometimes, the world has to go silent so you can finally hear your own life ticking. We don't lose time. We abandon it. The seconds we ignore become the memories we never make. If you like the video, please subscribe. See you soon with the next video.